Hi there, these comments are for M, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for the online course, The 7-Step System to Pass a TOEFL IBT. And here is my password protected website right here. You can take a look at all the lessons. Step 1, vocabulary. We have step 2 is pronunciation. You can see all these lessons here. Step 3 is grammar. Step 4 is listening. Step 5 is reading. Step 6 is writing, complete with over 40 independent writing practice tests. I have over 43 integrated writing practice tests. And in the speaking section of my course, guess what? I have over 300 independent speaking tasks that you can start posting. And you know what? You made a comment, and let me take a look at it right now. You had a question. You said, I came across many TOEFL courses which are online. There are many, dozens, maybe hundreds. You say, I don't know which one should I choose. How long should I study? One of the questions in choosing a course, of course, is your budget. How much money are you willing to spend? But also, what type of service do you get in response for the tuition or the payment that you make? Now, one thing that I do, which I think is unique from many other online TOEFL courses, is you actually can complete speaking, pronunciation, and writing practice tests on a daily basis, and you will get feedback within about 24 hours. So I challenge you, look on the internet, try to find websites that do what I do. Do they do it for right around $40 a month? The answer is no. Most of those online TOEFL courses do not do that. So how do I do it? I have a pretty small enterprise. I only have one other employee, so I keep things small. I don't spend a lot of money on marketing. I don't try to recruit hundreds and hundreds of students each month. I keep it small. And in fact, I don't even have 100 students this month who have enrolled in my course. So I have enough time to give feedback to all the students who join my course. That's kind of how it works. All right, so let's take a look at your specific situation. So you say, hi, I got 20 points in the reading, 15 points in the listening, 18 points. Actually, let me read this again. So you had 20 points reading, 15 points listening, 18 points in speaking, and then 17 points for the writing section for a total of 70 points. So you say, if I subscribe, don't forget your preposition, to this site, how can I reach the resources? All right, so well, this is where you want to go. These, I just showed you my online course. So once you join my course, I will send you a username and a password, and that takes you to the login page. If you want to check it out right here. See that? I just logged out. So you're going to click here where it says courses. The login page looks kind of like this. And then here, this is where you type in your username and your password, and once you click login, that takes you directly to all of the lessons that I just showed you a minute ago. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of how that works. All right, let's keep going. You say, I'm really confused what to do. I only need 75 plus speaking, 20, but if I get an 87, it will be much better for me. I came across many TOEFL courses which are online. I don't know which one I should choose. I have some work to do. How long should I study per day? You know, it's different. I mean, I don't know what to tell you here. You're giving me mixed signals here. If you want 75, you probably need to study 3 to 4 hours a day for about a month. And that should give you enough practice to get past the 5 points that you need. Now, if you want 87, you're probably looking at anywhere from 3 to 6 months to reach your goal. So it really depends on what you want to do. So I'm not quite sure how to give you suggestions. What I'm going to do right now is to give you a plan that I think will be effective to help you get that 75 in 30 days. That's what I do now. Now keep in mind, if you want to get 87, you probably need to use my course for several months, anywhere from 3 to maybe even as many as 6 months. So what do? Your goal, let's say, is 75 or higher, right? Now, I'm going to say about 60% of the time that you have right now, you should be spending following these suggestions. You want to start, as I tell all my students, reading every day for about 45 minutes. Now, you'll be more motivated if you choose the materials. So I recommend newspapers, magazines, and books, and you can pick the topics. Just make sure they're geared toward adults and not teenagers and children, right? You want to read things that have a acceptable level of vocabulary and grammar that's geared more toward adults. So start reading every day. Same thing, you want to practice your listening every day for about 45 minutes. This is also going to be very helpful for you. Now, as you do the reading and the listening practice, you should focus on note-taking. You want to make sure you take out a sheet of paper and start writing down the main and the most important supporting points of the reading and the listening passages. I think that's going to be really important for you. Now, once you've done that, you need to do two things. First of all, you should write 3 250-word summaries each week. I'm assuming that you probably want a Toefl for academic purposes, maybe to enter a graduate or undergraduate program. So doing the writing each week is going to be very helpful. So, and I don't, by the way, need to read these. You're just doing these on your own. And as you practice, your notes will become more and more complete in time, and you will be better at your summarizing. I also recommend here that you give 3 60-second oral summaries, again, of the reading and the listening passages that you're practicing. And don't forget here, you're using your notes. You're definitely using your notes to do this. This is very, very important. So each day, if you can set aside, I'm going to say maybe if you can take about 2 hours, 2 hours, you're doing these first kind of 5 things. So you're practicing the reading and the listening, you're practicing your note-taking, and then you're writing and speaking about this information. This is very, very helpful for your English language abilities. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to recommend, let's say the fourth suggestion here, I'm going to recommend that you complete the 30-day Toefl study guide. I think that would be, if you want 5 points, that's going to give you plenty enough practice over the next 30 days. Now, keep in mind, once you subscribe to my online course, you'll have complete unlimited access to all 700 of all my lessons right here. You see them? You can see everything here. Now, a lot of students that go to my course, they go, crap, Michael, what do I do now? You got too many things here. So then I refer them to one of the study guides. Right, so let me click on this. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So what you're going to do is, and I'll put the link into the comments that I'm giving you here, but you're going to go to my website here and click on the tab which says Study Guides. Right at the top here it says Study Guides, Toefl IBT Study Guides. See this? So you're going to go here. It says 30-day 7-step study guide focusing on vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. You can click on that. So even though it says your score is above 90, don't worry about that. You need to improve your score by 5 points. That's why I think this study guide is probably best for you. So you're going to start going through all these lessons. You see what I'm saying? Or if you don't want to use my study guide, you'll have direct access to all the lessons and you can choose whatever you want. The main thing is, in my suggestions here, that you're spending, you have maybe 2 hours here. I'm going to recommend maybe 1.5 hours each day going through the lessons in my 30-day Toefl study guide. And that's probably going to give you the practice that you need to reach your goal. Now, if you need to, right before you take the Toefl exam, if you want, you can take one of my full-length IBT practice tests. And it's a website I contract with. If you go to the 8th section of my course, you see where it says full-length Toefl IBT section-specific practice test. You can find out about that once you become one of my students. If you enter in this discount code here, you will get a 20% discount on the practice test because they're not free. Remember, to take a 5-hour practice test, it takes a lot of energy to actually create that practice test, but then you complete the 6 speaking tasks. A human has to listen and score those. You complete 2 writing tasks. Again, a qualified person has to read and score those integrated and independent writing tasks. So I can't offer this as part of your subscription, but it is an additional payment that you can make. And the question is, once you take the practice test, if you're pretty close to 75 or even 80 and you go, okay, I think I'm ready to take the official Toefl exam. You got it? And those are my recommendations for you. So hopefully you have some idea on what you need to do now and how long it's going to take. So to answer your last question, you should be studying right now anywhere from 3 to 4 hours every day for the next 4 weeks in order for you to reach your first goal of getting 75. And make sure you're doing the reading, the listening, the note-taking. You're writing summaries each week. You're giving oral responses each week. And maybe I forgot to tell you, but I recommend that you record all your oral responses, whether they're graded by not from me, because you need to get more used to your own speech patterns and you need to get more familiar with the pronunciation, language use, and topic development problems that you're having. And of course, during the Toefl IBT exam, you want to eliminate those problems as best you can, and you can do that through practice.